fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to the morning spread right here on the Betting News Network. Better late than never, folks. We're here. All right, 10 minutes late. It is what it is. You guys still got us on your screens. Happy to be here on episode. I don't even know what number episode we're on of the morning spread. My quants lost count. That's okay. We're here for the sports bets. Joined by my good friend, Betting the Pitch, as always, Mr. BTP. Glad to have you back on here. How you doing, sir? Happy Friday. Made it to Friday.
Happy Friday. Sorry about the technical difficulties with the headphones. The being late is on me. Full responsibility. Apologize to everyone in chat. But it's good to be back with you, brother. I miss you. Haven't done a show in, God, forever, it feels like. So.
Yeah, it's been what? We're 3 weeks? 3 weeks removed now from the World Cup final. And, we've got MLS has had a little bit of action, but now the MLS taking another break with the Leagues Cup, keeping us entertained so far this week. We've had, 3 days of matches so far in the Leagues Cup. Few more to cover us for this weekend. We'll talk about all that right here on the morning spread. But just getting into that tournament as a whole, what are your overall thoughts on the Leagues Cup? What we've seen on the pitch, and then just what are your thoughts just on the tournament as a whole? Because again, I don't necessarily like the timing of it. It seems like, we just had this World Cup break. We're back for a couple matches. Then we have the All-Star break. We're back for another Saturday slate. And then here we have another break for this Leagues Cup. Any thoughts from yourself on this tournament?
I don't know. I mean, it's just another tournament, another money grab, kind of thing.
100%.
It's fun for us, for the gambling space, because now we're getting footy, every day practically right now, every night. So it's fun for us. It's nice to see the teams actually competing and, putting out strong lineups. There's obviously been a couple teams that have rotated, like Vancouver the other night played absolutely no one. Ended up losing the game, but yeah, it's it's still fun to watch. Obviously, it's great for us and having sports on at night and footy on at night and something to gamble on. But as far as like the tournament in a whole, I wish we were having just MLS games throughout the week, and Liga MX games throughout the week. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'm happy for myself as far as like I said, having stuff to gamble on right now.
Yep, footy on the screen, man. That's all we care about. So, and it is cool to see these Liga MX sides kind of take this, I guess I could say, more seriously. As you've seen the MLS side very much so do that in the past years. Liga MX maybe not so much, but now it is kind of forming a little bit of a rivalry between the two leagues, which is good for the fans and whatnot. So any soccer on our screens we're going to be happy with. But again, the timing of it seems a little bit weird. But again, it is what it is. It is nice to see that, like you mentioned, some of the teams rotating, like Vancouver the other night as a minus 390 favorite, I think is what that were. They were like minus 150 to win by 2. Thankfully, held off of that game, even though I wanted to back the Whitecaps in some way, shape, or form. But then you have Chicago, playing Lewandowski. Orlando's playing Griezmann, obviously. So you're getting these newcomers to the MLS getting to showcase their stuff in these tournaments, which is obviously great for the fans and for the product. So love to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited that, like I said, excited to have it on TV. We're getting leagues back. We got EFL and Bundesliga 2 back today. So, yeah, I mean, it's helping us kind of speed up the process to get back into the European club footy.
Exactly. I mean, we're 2 weeks away, I think, from the EPL starting on Friday. 2 weeks from today, actually. 2 weeks from today, we're going to have EPL on our screens. We've got the UEFA Super Cup next week as well between PSG and Aston Villa. So plenty of soccer getting us ready for this fall season that's very, very quickly approaching. We'll be here before we know it. But we got Leagues Cup to talk about tonight, folks. We're also going to get into some NFL and some college football, continuing the Dubs and L's segment on this show. But we've got 5 Leagues Cup matches tonight is what it looks like. And I'm just going to open the floor to you, Mr. BTP, because I know you did put out an article at bettingnews.com on a couple of these picks. What are you eyeballing on the Leagues Cup slate tonight?
I mean, Cincy's playing tonight, so it's like we just go right back to the well with Cincy. I mean, until they show us otherwise, their games have just been absolute goal fests. I mean, since returning from the World Cup. 4-3 against Vancouver, 2-1 loss against Columbus, 4-2 against San Jose, and then last match 3-1. I mean, it's just, and the form that Evander's in and Denke, it's just, I mean, how can you not back him? So I'm on the over 1.5 first half at plus 110. I'm going to be taking that. It's hit in all 4 of these games since they returned from the World Cup. I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. I mean, Pumas conceded 3 goals to a rotating Charlotte team in their first match of Leagues Cup. So, I mean, if Cincy puts out another strong lineup again, I don't see how Evander and company don't, run up the score and grab another 2, 3, 4 goals here tonight.
Right, and even looking at Puma's other Liga MX games to kind of start the season, 5-1 victory over Juarez, 2-1 victory over Toluca, and then they gave up 3 to Pachuca at home as well. So clearly the offense has been fine, but the defense has not. So yeah, I could definitely see goals there. I'm going to be right there with you on that first half over 1.5, especially for plus money, because yeah, it's Cincinnati, like you said, just right back to the well. I'm going to be betting this until it doesn't hit. So love that look for you, Cincinnati hosting Pumas today at TQL Stadium over 1.5 in that first half for plus money. Absolutely love that look. What else you got for us?
And then I'm probably going to look at tonight. I want to back Vancouver. Like, I feel like this is just going to be a good bounce back spot for them.
Yes.
I feel like they have to put out a strong, I feel like they have to put out a strong lineup tonight. There's no way they rotate again after losing the first match. So I'm on Brian White, anytime goal scorer at plus 100. He's been struggling a little bit since coming back from the break. He was struggling a little bit going into the break, but this feels like a good spot to kind of get back on track here. He was in such good form for so long. He's got 10 goals on the season, so this feels like a game where Vancouver could really run up the score. I think the books have the team total at over 2.5, so they're expecting Vancouver to get a handful of goals here tonight. Juarez got lucky, I guess you could say, against Minnesota with their win. Minnesota were the better team in that match, but Juarez capitalized on the chances that they got. So this Vancouver team at home, I'm expecting a big match from them tonight. If Brian White gets a start, I got to back him to score at even money.
No, I'm right there with you. Brian White, absolute stud for that Vancouver team. And I agree with you that I think the Whitecaps are going to come out a lot stronger, right? After getting essentially embarrassed at home to that, Atalanta side. Yes. You got to come out strong against Juarez, who, you said, might have gotten lucky against Minnesota in that 2-1 win. Because, again, in their Liga MX games, 5-1 loss to Pumas, 1-0 loss to Guadalajara, 1-0 loss to Puebla. They have not been clicking offensively, somehow found the back of the net twice against Minnesota, but I don't think Vancouver lets that happen tonight at home, coming off a very, very embarrassing loss. Now, do you look into the quick turnaround at all with some of these teams? Because a lot of them not used to playing matches, 2 days apart? You know what I mean? You don't typically get that. So are you worried about maybe teams rotating more than they're used to? Or with the quick turnaround, how do you bring that into your cap?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think that, there's possibilities that since he could rotate tonight. I mean, definitely. I mean, Evander's been playing a ton since coming back, so there's chance that they rotate. With the way they play and like the mentality and style, like I just feel like they just want to go out there and just run up the score and, put a show on for their fans at home like they have every single game. It's kind of why I'm going to the Vancouver side, just because they did rotate that last game. So Brian White, Mueller, all them should be rested. They only played, I think, like 15 minutes of that first game. So they should be rested. They should be good to go after losing the game. You got to expect, you got to expect that they, come out flying here and want to get a result. And I just, for Vancouver, going back to the Vancouver spot, like last game, prior to this Leagues Cup match, they played LAFC at home. I thought for sure that they would struggle without having Berhalter there in the midfield, but they dominated LAFC. Despite the scoreline being 1-1, I mean, they were just all over them. And it gave me hope and encouragement that they were still going to be a very good side, even without Berhalter. Now, that's no knock to Berhalter, because in my opinion, he's a stud and he was great at MLS. So, I just feel like if they have their stars out there tonight, if they have their lineup out there tonight, they should be able to control this match and really pour it on here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I don't know how to back Vancouver in this spot. The team total over 2.5 worries me. I'm seeing what looks like the opening money line dropped at like -160, and now they're up to -275, which just shows you that the books are all over Vancouver in this spot. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Still got to figure out how to back this team. Maybe it's a first half team total. Maybe they come out screaming in the first 40 minutes or something. But I'm with you. I think the Whitecaps are going to be the right side tonight at home against the Suarez team, who has been less than impressive. So I'm right there with you there.
Yeah, I think that's where I was too, because like I wanted to be on Vancouver tonight, but like the lines are just so juiced on anything that has to do with them. And
Exactly.
Brian White just stood out to me at being plus even money to score a goal. And if the books are expecting a high total, and if the books are expecting them to score 3+ goals tonight, I mean, I like my chances of him getting involved in at least one.
100%.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. So even money there for Brian White to find the back of the net. I like it. Because, yeah, he was a stud last year for him. And, you know, even beginning of this season was pretty rock solid. Kind of lost form, but I think he can go get right back into it today. So love that. Vancouver, Brian White, anytime goal scorer from the man betting the pitch tonight on the League's Cup. Drip, I need to brush my hair. I thought I brushed my hair before this show, but apparently not good enough for Drip's mom. So sorry about that. Also, Sook, you are absolutely correct. Soccer logos do not miss ever. They are rock solid every single time. So Drip's also on Pachuca, over 5 corners, +142, plus money for Pachuca corners tonight in the League's Cup. I like it, Drip. We'll be rooting for it as Pachuca takes on the Columbus Crew in Columbus tonight. All right, though, we got covered 2 of the 5 matches. Anything else sticking out to you on tonight's slate?
Yeah, I want to back Tigres, but I said this when I did the Betspresso last week that for some reason when they play, and my buddy and I we were talking and he pointed this out to me, like for some reason when they play on U.S. soil, they just like they don't play hard. Like they're there just to kind of get a 0-0 result, a 1-0 result, and just go back to Mexico. And we kind of saw that in their first game. I mean, they scored 6 minutes in. And then they conceded 10 minutes later, and then that was it for the game. It was just, that was it. Ended 1-1. That was the end of the game. But I feel like they're just, I love their lineup. I love their squad. When they do play and when they do press and when they are on the attack, I think they could really hurt this Minnesota team. But, like, I just can't trust them in this game as much as I want to back them and, you know, play their money line. But, yeah, I was leaning them. Columbus, Pachuca, I didn't really have any sort of strong feel there. Even though Columbus put up 3 goals in their first match, I still don't trust their offense. I mean, they had 5 total shots in that game, 5 on target, 3 of them went in the goal. So I just, you just don't, I mean, I don't see that regression there for sure in stats like that. I don't see that happening again. And then Charlotte, another team that I can't figure out just yet. I mean, that game against Pumas was very entertaining. I mean, tons of chances. They end up scoring 3 goals on 7 shots. Both teams had just chance. I think Charlotte had 7 big chances in that game. And then Pumas, I think, also had a couple big chances there, but didn't end up scoring. And I'm just, I'm not too high on this Atlas team. So if I had to lean, I would lean Charlotte here at home at the bank. But just another team that I can't figure out really in MLS at the moment.
Yep, I'm right there with you with Charlotte. Can't figure it out in the MLS, so definitely don't want to touch them in this League's Cup because who knows what the motivation is going to be. And then what you're saying,
and maybe they are motivated. I mean, maybe this is and this is the other thing too with this tournament is like teams see an opportunity to get a trophy, win a tournament, get some confidence going back into the league. So maybe Charlotte is a team. Let's say, they come out, they get a 3-0 win in this first match, and now they're, okay, maybe we can go out and make some noise here. And then they come out in this game and put up another result. So I was looking at their money line, going to wait on lineups again. Like you said, I mean, it's a quick turnaround. These MLS teams don't play, quick turnarounds very often. No. And when they do, we see it all the time that it's rotating constantly. Right. So Yeah, I mean, I would suggest always when you're looking at these games to wait on lineups, just to confirm everything, especially if you're
Mm-hmm.
betting on player props and things like that. Because,
Mm-hmm.
and again, check your books, make sure that they void non-starters and
Yeah,
read the fine
right.
print because they'll get you with
Exactly.
all of that.
Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, definitely wait on lineups. But was leaning, and I wrote in my article that there was a stat. I think it was out of the 18 games played so far, only three games have seen the visitors get a result. So the
Hmm.
games in Mexico have seen the Mexican sides dominate, and then the games in the States here have seen the MLS
Interesting.
teams kind of dominate. So
Right.
kind of a big gap there. I don't know if the
Yeah.
trend continues. Again, I don't know if it was just the matchups that sort of happened in this first round, but
Mm-hmm.
just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, definitely a talking point to look at for sure. And I mean, you talked about the MLS teams and what's their motivation. And one of the teams that I'm not seeing a lot of motivation from is the Nashville SC in their game against Lyon. Kind of came out flat, didn't start a lot of their starters. Sam Surridge came on late. Yeah, I was worried
What
about
is going
backing him,
on with
Trip.
Nashville? Like what is
I
it? Like they are just they look like a shell of themselves before the World Cup.
Right. And like I wonder if at least specifically in this Leagues Cup match, is it because they're having so much success in the domestic league that we're not even going to care about this midseason tournament, right? We're just going to use this getting some reserves, some stars because we're worried about actually winning the MLS Cup because we're sitting on top of the Eastern Conference halfway through the season. That's kind
I
of
mean,
where I think Nashville's
even
at.
in yeah, I agree. But even in MLS, I mean, they've been lucky to get some of these results
That
after
too.
the World
Right.
Cup. I mean, they've been gifted some penalties. They have
Mm-hmm.
just been completely lucky to get some of the results that they got. I mean, it's just I think let's see. They played Atlanta United.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta put up a 1.62 xG, dominated the game. Nashville
One
wins
one
1
zero.
0 you
Yep.
know. Then they go to and play Montreal. Very tight game. Montreal just kind of sat back, played a low block, was just looking for, any sort of counter, but wanted to just get out there with a result. Gifted
Mm-hmm.
a penalty that I didn't think was a penalty. Surridge buries it. Gifted a penalty, another 1-0 win. Then they go to
Mm-hmm.
Orlando. Kind of a cagey match, but Orlando probably the better team there. Comes out, Orlando wins. Then they go up 2-0 against DC United and then completely just fumble,
Yep.
completely fold, and DC United comes roaring back, end up, drawing in that game 2-2. And then, this game against Lyon, they they lose 1-0. And I don't know if
Nothing.
they're really missing Espinoza that much, like if he is that much of a key piece for them, but they just
Maybe.
do not. And yeah, they just aren't clicking like they were. Yeah, the refs were kind of shitty, Drip. They just aren't clicking like they were prior to the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if they can turn it around. I've got a ticket for Nashville to win the MLS Cup and for Surridge to win the Golden
And
Boot,
they were
top goal
rolling.
scorer in
I
the
mean,
league. So
that
they
was
were
looking like a
so good.
shoe-in before the World Cup.
Yep, exactly. And yeah, now they need to turn things around. So a little midseason slump that hopefully Nashville will figure out. Any thoughts on Oslo's team total from our guy Jeff?
I gotta look at it. Let's see.
Plus 140 starts at 1 p.m. Probably 30-minute starts. Oslo's
Let's see. I
team
think that's
total.
the I think that's the Norway League, if I'm not mistaken. I
Either that or
believe.
could it be no, there's no qualifiers today.
No, I believe it's the Norway League. Team total plus 140. That's a pretty good number.
On the road.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of lean the host in that one, honestly. But you know more than me, Jeff. I know you do. Go with your gut, brother. Go
Go with
with your
that big
gut.
brain, Jeff. Go with that big brain of yours. Oslo's team total over 1.5 plus 140 starts in a half hour. If anyone wants to sweat it out, we're gonna look ahead at the weekend a little bit, but specifically, let's go to one match on Sunday because our guy Austin gonna go to San Diego FC and Tijuana playing at Snapdragon Stadium late on Sunday night. Any preliminary thoughts on this match? I was on Austin and Tijuana under 2.5. Was it last night? Yeah, last night.
That
Cashed,
was a
thankfully.
sweat. That
Yeah,
was a
that was a
sweat.
sweat. Let me
Holy
tell you.
moly.
We survived. We survived. Lived to tell the tale.
I didn't know you were on the under there. That was a sweat.
We got there though. I was high on Tijuana's defense. They held on. Can they do the same thing against San Diego in San Diego on Sunday? I mean, San Diego's offense has not been where it was last year and kind of where it needs to be. So my gut would kind of lean under initially.
Jeff is fucking. He's just. I love him. I just love him. It makes me laugh.
One. Jeff's the man.
He is on one today.
Jeff's the man.
I thought this was Make a Wish.
But yeah, preliminary thoughts on San Diego Tijuana, leading with the under. No, you're fine. You're fine. I would need to do a little more research, Austin. But we will have leagues pick scribbles on Sunday, probably breaking down that game. But preliminary thoughts would be under. Thinking Tijuana's defense can again at least hang on. I think San Diego probably gets the result, but that's kind of where my head's at here.
San Diego's another team that just hasn't looked great coming back from the break. Yeah, this one's tough. I mean, it definitely does feel like an under type match. Just looking at the quick stats and matchup and everything. The game last night against Austin was very entertaining. Honestly surprised that did go under. But yeah, I don't know. Again, it's another game where San Diego's going to need a result after just getting, worked by Club America last night, 3-1. But they haven't been a team that has looked like they've been clicking either. And I wonder if they maybe rotate a little bit as well. But yeah, for me, no initial thoughts right now, but it looks like an under type match.
Yeah. And I'm not seeing any lines out for these Sunday's games either.
That's what I was looking right now. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I'm looking on Bet Online, and I'm not seeing anything for Sunday's Leagues Cup matches. We got Saturday's lines out, but nothing for Sunday. So yeah, initial lean would be under Austin in San Diego and Tijuana, but I'll have more thoughts with more conviction later this weekend. That's for sure. Once the lines drop.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I didn't see any.
Right. So that's kind of the thoughts as of right now. But again, we will have scribbles out for Leagues Cup on Sunday, probably breaking down that match for you. So be on the lookout for that. As always, any other Leagues Cup tonight that we need to discuss? We kind of talked over all 5 games already, didn't we?
I mean, I'm looking at EFL Cup today. I don't know what the lineups are going to be looking like, but Middlesbrough against Wrexham is one that's kind of on my radar. Yeah, depending on the lineups, I'm wondering if Berhalter gets a start here.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you got EFL Cup starting today. Like I said, Bundesliga 2. I love me some Wrexham. Love me some Wrexham overs. If you know, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested in that game today at 3:00 Eastern time, just depending on lineups. But yeah, no more for Leagues Cup today. I think we kind of hit, unless you got something else. What do you want today?
That I have not actually placed a bet, but I'm gonna be on that FC Cincy Pumas over 1.5 in the first half with you. That might be all I have, because again, like we kind of talked about, Charlotte not really sticking out to me. Same with Columbus. I'm worried about Tigres, and then Vancouver. Those lines are just juiced to the high heavens. So don't know if I'll be able to add anything else. But FC Cincy Pumas, that first half team total over, certainly a go for me. So that's kind of all I've got. But that is where we're at. Drip just put 100 on the Hertha Wells team total over 1.5 plus 172. If you'd like, Austin, be on the lookout for more Leagues Cup scribbles for this weekend. We'll have something set in stone for that San Diego game for you. All right, Mr. BTP, we had football. The other football, the American football, on our screens last night. The Hall of Fame game between the Panthers and Cardinals. Look, it was entertaining, to say the least. Maybe not the greatest football, but game came down to the wire. Haynes King had a great game-winning drive right there at the end. I unfortunately lost my Panthers first half bet, but it was nice to get some football back on our screens. Any thoughts on how that game played out? Are we just excited American football's back? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was flipping back and forth between that and Leagues Cup, so just really happy to have the NFL back. From what I watched, again, it's a Hall of Fame game, so I'm not going to get too, crazy here. I'm just kind of put my thoughts out of what I saw.
Right.
Carson Beck looked good. He was
Mm-hmm.
throwing the ball very good.
Mm-hmm.
Bam Knight was running the ball hard. And then the guy for King, the quarterback King for the
Haynes
Panthers,
King.
he looked great too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it was an entertaining match. It was an entertaining game just watching it. Like I said, I was flipping back and forth. I was glad to see football back on the screens. I loved the Hall of Fame selections. Drew
Yep.
Brees, Luke Kuechly, Vinatieri, like those guys were just goats back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So loved seeing them get that recognition. And then I saw someone say something about Drew Brees' kid on X today that he looks like he's locked in already and is going to be like the next NFL star. I don't know if you saw like the interview when they were they interviewed Drew Brees obviously like during the game when they're asking him like how he felt being into the Hall of Fame, and he coaches his son's I think his son's senior in high school, coaches his son's senior high school team, and his son came into the picture and he's just about as tall as his dad. Looks like he's got some size on him already, but like his focus, he was just locked in. Like he like has that like swag already about him.
Yeah.
And people were saying online like he looks like he's going to come into the NFL and just tear it up. So it was fun to see. It was always cool to see. I mean, the Hall of Fame game is what it is, but great to see NFL back on our screens last night. I'll tell you that.
Right, exactly. And like I said, I missed my Panthers first half bet. Unfortunately, I got greedy and took the first half spread -0.5 rather than the money line. I would have pushed on the money line, but it's a Hall of Fame
look at
game,
I mean
so
that they showed
fun.
that picture last night. Like that is just crazy. Like I remember watching
awesome.
that Super Bowl when he held his kid, and then now here he is, like a senior in high school or something.
The onside kick to start the second half of that Super Bowl, absolutely insane. But yeah. If you want to feel old, just look at this picture right there.
I did. Like when they brought his son on the TV, I'm like, wow. Yep.
It's absurd.
Yep. It's time.
But yeah, that guy right down there, he might be the face of the NFL here in a few short seasons. But incredible stuff, man. Happy to have NFL back on our screens, obviously. Unfortunately, there was some other NFL news that came to my attention today that I want to get your opinion on, because everyone knows me. I am a Chiefs fan, and you can say I'm biased towards Kansas City all you want, whatever. But there was an article that came out by a guy, Bill Barnwell of ESPN. He put out an article projecting who on current NFL rosters would be a future Hall of Famer, basically. And in the article, obviously, he goes through every team, says who's in, who needs to work, who's on their way, that kind of thing. But my issue is one sentence when talking about the Buffalo Bills quarterback. He said Josh Allen is in the Hall of Fame. No questions there. I totally agree with that. But here is his exact sentence. Allen would be the quarterback of the all-decade first team if it were to be released tomorrow. The all-decade team, the quarterback of the 2020s, apparently would be Josh Allen. I must have been asleep for Josh Allen's 3 Super Bowls in the 2020s. I must have been asleep for his 2 Super Bowls in the 2020s. Hell, I missed his Super Bowl, the one that he got. Wait, he doesn't have any. Patrick Mahomes has 3 in the 2020s. There is no argument for anyone other than 15 to be the all-decade quarterback of the 2020s. As a non-Chiefs guy, do you have any arguments or thoughts on this?
So, unfortunately, the world we live in is a what have you done for me lately type world.
Yep. 100%.
It's 100% what have you done for me lately? I don't care about what you did 3-4 years ago. I don't care about that. It's what have you done for me now? And Josh Allen still hasn't won a Super Bowl now. And obviously Mahomes has kind of had some tough seasons, but I agree with you. If you're going to talk about a quarterback of the decade, it has to be 15 playing in Kansas City because, I mean, people compared him to the next Tom Brady when he was on his run. And could he beat, Tom's Super Bowl record for championships and things like that? I mean, we had those conversations when the Chiefs were going through that run. Obviously, you get older, you have some regression, but that doesn't mean that, he didn't do what he did, years ago. So, like I said, I mean, that seems like just a what have you done for me lately type article, looking at just the now instead of zooming out and looking at the full picture. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, and I'm also a little biased because I know we've talked about this before, but I've had Patrick Mahomes on my fantasy team in my keeper league since he was a rookie, and he has won me, I don't know, 3-4 championships since then. So he has a spot in my heart. And actually, my daughter has his jersey. Her favorite number is 15.
Let's go.
I remember we were watching, I forget what game we were watching, and she was just like, "Oh, I like him, number 15." I was like, "Oh yeah, Mahomes." Like I was watching it because I had him in fantasy. It was like a Sunday night game or something. And she was like, "Yeah, I like him." So, long story short, she wanted his jersey. We ended up getting his jersey. So she does have a Patrick Mahomes jersy in home here. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Unless this guy, I'm not too familiar with the writer. Like, is he from Buffalo? I'm not.
It's funny you bring that up because, people, let's put on our tinfoil hats. All right, let's follow the money. Do you guys know who Josh Allen's agency is? The talent agency, whatever. I don't know the name of it. I looked it up. But, ironically, same agency that helps out this Bill Barnwell guy. Huh. Weird.
Interesting.
Weird. Two guys working for the same company, wanting to talk each other up. Interesting. Both CAA clients. There you have it, Sook. There it is. Follow the money. It always shows you what's really going on.
It's just crazy, man. Just crazy.
I just had to bring that up as a Chiefs guy.
I'm trying to think. What was there was a recent, I can't remember if it was football, if it was baseball, or if it was soccer, like an award where there was like unanimous to get into the Hall of Fame or something, but one person voted against it.
Yeah.
I cannot remember what it was.
Oh, I know exactly
what it's a huge name. Like, I just can't remember who the heck it was. I can't remember if it was a coach, if it was I'm pretty sure it was a player, but I can't remember if it was like a Hall of Fame for baseball or NFL. But I remember it was like a clean sweep. Was it Belichick?
Maybe it
was. Was it Belichick? There was someone that recently where it was just like, 99 votes yes, 1 vote no.
Right.
And it's just like, all right, brother, what are we doing here? And like, exactly. You look at that one person, it's like you didn't vote against him because he didn't, belong in the Hall of Fame. You voted against him because you don't like the person. Right. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
And that's the problem with
very
some
obvious.
That's the problem with some of these like rankings and top 100s and things like that. It's like it's so biased and it's so like, yeah. Make your own predictions and, yeah.
That's sports media nowadays.
But I'm with you. I agree with you. Like, hey, I love Josh Allen. I lived an hour outside of Buffalo my whole life. All my friends are Bills fans. I've watched Josh Allen since he came into the league. Big fan. He's a great quarterback. But yeah, I mean, championships matter, right?
It does matter. SBJ, that's way too simple of a solution, brother. Because Joshy Boy might win 2 bowls without having to face Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. He has not beat him in the playoffs once. And also, if he wins 2 bowls before 2030, guess what? It's still 3-2 Mahomes. So I think he's going to need to catch up before we start talking about Allen over Mahomes, in my opinion. Coming from a Chiefs guy.
SBJ is just sitting in the background doing this.
Exactly.
Stirring the pot.
Trying to get me riled up. I know you don't believe that, SBJ. I know you're just saying that.
Adding a little flavor, just stirring the pot.
It's not just championships. All right, this is an argument that comes up all the time, especially with the Allen and Mahomes debate of, it's not championships. Look at Josh Allen's stats. His stats are better. He's more efficient, blah, blah, blah. Why do these guys step on the field week after week? Do you think Mahomes and Josh Allen step on that field and think, I have to get as many passing yards as possible? I need to get as many rushing yards as possible to boost my personal stats. No, they are worried about winning games, winning championships. So winning championships does in fact matter. That's my take. That's my take. Also, one more point.
And individual trophies.
That too. Individual trophies as well. Tom Brady went a decade between winning rings number 3 and 4. Patrick Mahomes is right there in that window right now, but he only has 2 years down the drain. He's got 8 more to go before he catches Tom for a 4th ring. So I think he's personally fine, but that's just me. All right, Chiefs ran over. You guys had to suffer through that. Sorry. It is what it is. But we do have some more NFL talk. I have placed my first NFL win total of the season, actually. We are fading the New York Jets. The New York Jets under 5.5 wins this season at even money is what I found. They brought in Geno Smith, right, to be their quarterback. That does not move the needle for me. Geno well past his prime. Breece Hall, you've got an unhappy running back. Sure, you added Adonai Mitchell to catch passes alongside Garrett Wilson. I don't think it matters because he's catching passes from Geno Smith, who, again, I think he is out of his prime, especially the defense. The defense is crazy old. They added a couple new additions, Demario Davis and Minkah Fitzpatrick. I would be excited if it was 2015, 2016, 2017. Those guys, 30 plus, 33 plus, I believe both of them, doesn't move the needle either. Let's look at the Jets' schedule. I see 11 what I will call guaranteed losses. 2 to Buffalo, 2 to New England, all 4 to the NFC North, and then 3 losses to the AFC West. If you do the math, that totals 11 losses. I only need 12 to get under this win total. Their other 6 games, at Tennessee, at Arizona, at Miami, versus Cleveland, versus Las Vegas, and versus Miami. Essentially, I'm reading that as they need perfection in those 6 games to cover this win total. Don't think it's going to happen. So I will be betting under 5.5 wins for the New York Jets at even Monday, fading this very tough schedule and fading this very bad team. So give me the Jets under 5.5 wins at even money. On the Green Book, where I found that one. So, first NFL win total of the season. That's what I got.
Man, I see like 1-2 wins on their schedule.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now. This is a tough schedule. This is a tough schedule.
It is. I mean, obviously, playing in the AFC East, you've got Buffalo twice, you've got New England twice. You have to play the NFC North, which is arguably the toughest division in football. You have to play the AFC West, which has 3 very, very tough teams in football. So again, you lose all 4 to the NFC North, you lose 3 to the AFC West, you get swept by Buffalo, New England. There's 11 losses already. I just need 1 more in those 6 coin flip games, we could call them.
I mean, the Browns and maybe the Cardinals are like the 2 that they could win, I feel like.
Right, and maybe Las Vegas at home, maybe they split against Miami, but like...
Yeah, the Dolphins, I'm not too high in the Dolphins this year, but I mean, the Jets are below them, I'd say here. Yeah, that's a good look. What's the odds on that?
I got even money on the Green Book. I found like minus 110 to minus 115 everywhere else, but yeah, I was able to find even money for that under. So that's what I got. Favorite win total of the season so far. I did put out an AFC East previewing all teams in this division, so go check that out. But Jets win total favorite on slate. So that's what we're rolling with.
I like that.
Let's go. Jets are so bad they made 5 minutes quit. Damn, both Browns fans in the world and every Cleveland Brown fan is in chat right now with Fam and Owen. You gotta love it. Appreciate you guys being here. We thank you for being here, folks. All right, let's keep talking football. We're gonna talk some college football actually real quickly as we do the dubs and L's for the USC Trojans, folks. And BTP, I know you're not the biggest college football guy, but hopefully I can sell you on the USC Trojans because I do have my biggest win total of the season. 2 units on this win total, folks. We're going with USC under 8.5 wins at minus 125. 2 units on that bad boy. Let's talk about it. USC returning Jade Maeva to be their quarterback. They've got Lincoln Riley. It is now or never for the USC Trojans. Lincoln Riley's been there long enough. Haven't had much success to show for it, but with Jade Maeva and, a fairly solid offense otherwise, it's now or never for this team. The problem for me is their defense. The defense has not been there. Has not been there in years past. It's not going to be there this year. This is a USC team that is going to need to score 30, 35 points a game just to be competitive. Now, they did that last year. They were top 5, I believe, in the entire country in scoring last year, but I don't think that's sustainable all the way through this 12-game schedule. Because under 8.5 wins, all right, we only need 4 losses, right? 4 losses, not very many. They play the 3 toughest teams in the Big Ten: Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana. They play the big 3. You get 2 of those 3 at home. But I think they lose all 3 of those games because I think those 3 are head and shoulders above the rest of this conference. And look, you're getting Oregon at home, but Oregon not a team traveling 2 time zones to come play you in LA. Oregon going to be one of the best teams in the country this year. I think they win that one. Ohio State coming to LA. Yes, they have to travel, but Ohio State coming off a bye that week. And also I think Ohio State is just too good. Traveling that time zone isn't really going to impact the game. Maybe USC keeps it close, but Ohio State, again, flexes their muscle there. And then I don't see USC going to Bloomington and competing with Indiana. So right there's 3 losses in my mind. You looking at the rest of their schedule, Washington at home is not an easy win. That could be a coin flip, could be a loss. At Penn State the following week, after potentially getting beat by Oregon and Washington. You got to go to Beaver Stadium. That has the potential for a loss. Even at Wisconsin or at UCLA to end the year, both potentials for losses. I think USC starts out 4-0. I think they win all 3 of those non-conference games. I think they beat Rutgers. And then I think the wheels fall off. And you lose to Oregon, you lose to Washington, you probably lose to Penn State. Maybe you get a win out at Wisconsin, you lose to Ohio State and Indiana. Boom, there's 5 losses already. So under 8.5 wins for the USC Trojans is my favorite win total of all of college football so far this season. 2 units on the under 8.5 at -125. USC, I see a 7-5, maybe 8-4 at best, but probably a 7-5 record for the USC Trojans, missing the college football playoff and staying under this 8.5 win total. So that is why I'll be fading USC this season. Not a lot of faith in Jade Maeva. Do not like this defense at all. And again, don't think they're going to be able to score 40-plus points a game to pull out some of these victories. So give me USC under their win total in this very tough schedule. 7-5 for the USC Trojans.
I mean, they're dogs in all 4 of those big games you talked about.
Exactly.
They're favorites in the first 4 games that they play, but then they just fall off. I'm just looking at the spreads and the lines here. Oregon's -5.5. There's no line for Washington yet. Penn State's -1.5. There's no line for Wisconsin yet. -7.5. Ohio State. -10 against Indiana.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm just reading this. And you're gonna lose to the big 3, and then I just need you to lose one other game, and there's at least 3 or 4 with potential in my eyes. So. Can't possibly lose all 4 of their big games, right? Exactly, Jeff. Exactly. That's the thinking.
I'm going to tell you on this one,
though.
though.
Mindset.
I'm telling you on this one, brother.
Let's do it. USC under 8.5 wins, -125. Again, folks, don't do 2 units very often, but when we do, they hit it like 62%, I think. So we're good to go. All right, let's wrap this show up. We've got 7 minutes left. Unfortunately, not going to get to the Geosports today, folks, but we'll continue that next week. But let's do some dubs and L's in the NFL as we talk about the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott and company trying to get back to greatness. Is it the Cowboys' year, just like it's been every year since 1996? Probably not. But let's figure it out, man. Dallas set win total set at 9.5 plus 235 to win the East, plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl. I mean, let's just go through them. Against the Giants, week 1 on the road, probably get a win there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Washington at home in week 2. Probably win there.
I'll give them the win.
Okay. We could probably split with Washington
I was thinking that
give them
too.
this and give them this one at home. So
Yeah.
cool. All right, 1-1 then to start the year. Or excuse me, 2-0.
2-0.
Start the year. Baltimore at home.
I
Or
think they
excuse me,
lose.
that's in Rio. That's in Rio.
Yeah,
that
it's
one
the
in
Rio
Brazil.
one. Yeah,
I
I
think
like
they
Baltimore
lose
this
as
year. Yeah.
I'm like Baltimore there too. All right, 2-1. Houston on the road in Houston. I think that's a tough one.
I forget what because I think I was on the show when we did the Houston Dubs and L's, but man, I don't know. This Houston defense, I feel like could shut down this Cowboys offense for sure. It just depends on how CJ Stroud is playing this season.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He needs to really pick up his game and, have a bounce back year this year with that defense. I mean, because it's one of the best in the league. I'm going to give them an L here. I think it's back-to-back wins and then back-to-back L's.
Nope. I'm right there with you. 2-2, and then a short week turnaround hosting Stuck's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Short week makes it interesting, but I am
It's
worried
tough
about
because
the
they
Bucs
traveled to
bit.
Rio, then they got to go to Houston, then it's a short week. I mean, could the mind be drained here?
Potentially, yeah. I think so. So let's go with 3 L's. I could see it.
Okay.
I think the
I
wheels
don't
might
hate
fall
it.
off. Okay.
I don't hate it.
All right, 2-3 in Green Bay after a mini bye for Sunday Night Football. Yeah, that's Packers. That's Packers.
Come on, baby.
In Lambeau, come on.
Come on.
Then in Philly for their first game against the Eagles.
I think they lose that one too.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's the 5 straight losses then after starting out 2-0, 2-5. Hosting the Cardinals. I think they get that one.
Yeah, I'll give them
All right.
win there.
3-5. Going to Indianapolis. I don't know what to think about the Colts this year.
Me either.
Like, part of me thinks,
either.
I mean, they play in the AFC South, so like that obviously helps them out. But I don't know how the passing game's going to be without Adonai Mitchell. I know he wasn't a huge part, but Cowboys beat Indy, says Drip. I mean, yeah, can Indy's defense contain them, and can the offense keep up? Probably not.
And I mean, I don't think Jonathan Taylor's going to repeat what he did last year. So you gotta think there's some negative regression coming there.
Right.
I'm not huge on their wide receiver core at all. Obviously, Tyler Warren's a stud. Love him. But, I mean, again, you got Daniel Jones throwing you the ball. He's hit or miss.
Right.
I think I got to give it to the Cowboys here.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. All right, 4-5 for the Cowboys heading into November 15th. They're hosting San Francisco 49ers. At home makes me lean a little bit more with the Cowboys here. Yeah, maybe they get some good mojo going during the stretch. After 5 straight losses, you beat the Cardinals, then you beat Indy. You're feeling confident. You beat the Niners at home, and you beat Tennessee. Then the wheels fall off again, kind of. Is Dallas just going to be real streaky? 2 wins, 5 losses, 4 wins, 5 losses.
Because right now they got 3 home games in a row here with the Niners, Titans, and Eagles. I mean, they could win all 3 of those games. I could see 2-1 maybe from those 3 games.
Okay, let's go 2-1. Let's say win against the Niners and Titans, and then the Eagles do get the sweep of them in the division. I'd be okay with that.
Okay, so you think they go 3-0?
No. Well, I think they beat Arizona, Indy, San Fran, and Tennessee, but then sandwiched in between 2 losses to Philly, basically. Gotcha. So I have them. What is that? 6-6 then. 6-6 with 5 games remaining. Yep. Okay. That adds up. All right, 6-6 going into the back few games. I mean, Seattle on the road, LA on the road.
Loss.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Yeah. All right, 6-8. Turn into the Jaguars at home.
That's a tough one too. That's a really tough one.
I just don't. I don't want to touch the AFC South. I don't know what to think of the Jaguars and the Colts specifically. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I I like the Jags this year. I would
Okay,
probably take them that they could pull a win out here.
let's do it. That works for me. 6-9 with 2 games remaining. Hosting the Giants. I think they get another win there, probably.
I think they beat the Giants.
Okay.
And then let's just say for playoff implications that they win this last game.
Okay. 8-9 then. 8-9 for the Cowboys. That's under the 9.5 win total. Comfortably under it with 2 losses to spare. So yeah, 8-9 sounds about right. I think I wrote an NFC East preview the other day as well. The Eagles are the clear favorite in this division. I don't know if I would be willing to pay the plus 130 for them to win the division, but I think it's going to kind of be Philadelphia, Dallas, and Washington, and then New York. You know what I mean? So I think Philly's clearly the team to beat.
I agree. That win total is, again, I mean, I've said this on a couple other shows, that win total seems sharp.
Sharp, dude.
Yeah,
So
I mean, because I could see 9-8.
Well,
I mean, I could see 10-7. You know,
we had them 8-9 with a 4-2 NFC East.
Yeah,
right. So we had them 4-7 outside of the division, which yes, they probably could be a little better than that. So,
I mean, division games are always tough, obviously,
right?
And you know, I don't, despite the Commanders probably not going to be a very good team, depending on how JD5 plays this year, because I think he's just going to have to carry them this season. But he's had success against the Cowboys, so that could be like a split. I feel like that could be a split. I feel like the Eagles probably sweep them. And then the Giants, I mean, what's your thoughts? Are you high in the Giants this year? Do you like Harbaugh? No, not a fan.
I like Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh's going to bring some positivity to the Giants locker room. The Giants have a very entertaining core with Jackson Dart, Scattaboo, and Malik Neighbors, and even defensively, the linebacking unit's pretty scary. With you've already got Brian Burns, you got Abdul Carter, then you added Arvell Reese and Tremaine Edmonds. So there's a lot of potential with this Giants lineup. I don't know if it's gonna get all fixed so quickly. You know what I mean? Because what they win, they've won 7 games the past 2 years. Now their win total's sitting at 7.5. Like, I definitely lean under there. I don't know if I'm gonna bet it, but I think the Giants are gonna be bad again this year.
I mean, they've just, like, when you look at their roster, like, it feels like they have pieces in place, right? Like, I like Jackson Dart. I'm a fan. Like, I think he has potential.
Yep.
I think he's got to get a little smarter with the football. I think he's got to get a little bit smarter when he runs, because he's going to get himself absolutely killed.
He's got to stop playing like he's at Ole Miss.
Exactly. And then Scattaboo is just an absolute animal. But again, he's another one that, like, he's got to be smarter when he runs the ball. Like, he runs so hard, but your body can only take so much, especially coming off, surgery and an injury. And then Neighbors is just a beast. I mean, if he's healthy, I mean, he's just an absolute monster out there. And then they added Isaiah Likely at tight end.
That too, yes. Thank you.
It was another just great add there for that offense. So, like,
it's a really good offseason.
Yeah, Dart has the weapons around him for sure. I'm not too sure. How's their offensive line this year? I mean, they added Runyon from Green Bay. He's okay. Yeah, not great though. I mean, again, like, is Dart gonna have time? Is he gonna be running for his life? And like you said, their defense, the linebackers look good, but after that, it's kind of like hit or miss. I don't know. Like, I want to be on the Giants. Like, I want to. Like, I really do. And I think it's just because of, like, it's just because of, like, the talent and the excitement around them. But I said this before, that did you see that Harbaugh giving the speech to the Giants, like, when they opened up training camp? Yeah. And it was just so awkward. It's like, we're the New York Giants. We are the New York Giants. And it was just, like, so awkward, and the guys were just looking, and it's, I don't know if his old school mentality is going to, work with these young guys. And so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. I wanna see it out of the Giants before I try and believe it. Same with the LSU Tigers in college football. Lane Kiffin doing a lot of good things down in Baton Rouge, I think, but I want to see them produce on the field before I back them in any way, shape, or form. So, and yes, that's a good point, Kev. Matt Nagy, new OC at in New York, so the offense maybe isn't going to take a step forward this year. So
That's true. That is
we'll
true.
see. All right, sir. Well, Mr. BTP, anything else we got to tell the kids on this fine Friday?
I don't think so. Just wait on lineups tonight with some Leagues Cup. Make sure you're following Shags and I. We'll, posting plays and articles and everything else that we do. Should we cook a parlay?
We could probably cook a parlay right quick.
Yeah, why not?
Probably cook a parlay right quick. Let's do it. Let's cook up something for Leagues Cup.
We started late. We owe them.
We do owe them a little bit. I got an AC guy gonna be here shortly, so I kind of got to get off of here. But we'll cook something up real quick. Yeah, Leagues Cup. Let's see what we got. I mean, we just got to start with FC Cincy first half. No.
Yeah. I mean, might as well, right?
That's easy. Yep. Leagues Cup. Let me find this. Jesus, Blue Book. Do you want me to bet this or not? I mean, why the hell can I not find the Leagues Cup? Are you not making
You got to go to soccer. Go to soccer on there, and then you'll see it at the top once you go to soccer. For some reason, like when you search it, like it doesn't come up.
Well, I'm even like on soccer in all leagues, and I'm not seeing it.
It's on. I saw it there today.
Oh, I'm sure it's on here somewhere. But all right, well, we'll go to the Green Book and cook up a little parlay then, I guess.
All right.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, Cincy first half over 1.5, locked in. What else are we thinking?
Are there any other like teams that you're leaning today? Is there any like money lines that you like? Because like I kind of feel like I like some of these teams, but I need to be a little bit pushed.
I think I do like Columbus. As much as their offense has been a little iffy, I liked what I saw against Atlas. They've, been able to score goals recently, 2 against Miami, 2 against Cincinnati in the recent games. I don't know if I can quite get there on the 90-minute money line, though. That's what's kind of giving me pause. Can we do like...
I would love if like Mendez started for Columbus. If he starts for Columbus, then I really like their attack a little more. If like him and Gazdag is starting, but I don't know, man.
I mean, are we confident in like a Columbus team total over? Or like, or are both teams to score? -195 is both teams to score in that match.
I don't hate that.
Okay, let's do it. Let's roll with it.
I don't hate that.
2 legs plus 208, because that first half play is plus money. So we're rocking plus 208 for those 2 legs right now. Do we back Tigres?
I kind of want to go to Vancouver for a little late night hammer.
Okay, I'm in.
What do we play with Vancouver?
Right.
I mean, we have a good like number right now. I wonder if we add their team total over 1.5, or we could just go to the 2.5, and if we're really just going to try and make a cheeky parlay here.
If we go 1.5, it brings us to almost 3-1 plus 297. If we do the 2.5, that gets us up to nearly 5-1 at plus 497. Let's do the 2.5.
Let's just do it. Yeah, let's just do it.
All right, 3 legs. 3 legs, 5-1, plus 497 parlay. FC Cincy over 1.5 in the first half, full game. So both combined full game or full half total over 1.5 in the first half in Cincy and Pumas. We've got both teams to score in Columbus and Pachuca, and then we've got the Whitecaps team total over 2.5 plus 497 for those 3 legs.
See what happens.
That'll do.
That'll play.
Locked it in, folks. Love to see it. BTP, always good talking to you, man. Thanks for being here. As always, drop it. It was scrolling at the bottom for you. Scrolling at the bottom right here. Morning spread parlay. FC Cincy and Pumas first half over 1.5. Columbus, Pachuca, both teams to score. And then Vancouver team total over 2.5 plus 497. Scrolling at the bottom for you. Boom. All right, sir.
Cool.
It's been a pleasure, as always.
As always, brother. Appreciate you. Sorry about the late start, everyone. Appreciate you guys sticking around. That's my fault.
It happens, man. It happens. They know to roll with the punches around these parts. So we'll be live one way or another. We'll be back for the All Sauce team, folks, tonight at 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. Come on back to the BNN. And you'll probably see this guy this weekend. You'll see me next week. Enjoy the weekend, folks. Plenty of soccer for you. And have the day you deserve, just like Jeff says. Appreciate y'all being here. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy the weekend. And we'll see you guys later. Adios, people. Have a good week.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. Rolling, rolling, rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling, rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling, rolling, rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know